The Galactic auction hall floated silently above a dying blue star. It was one of the largest trade centers in the known universe. Powerful alien races came here to buy rare creatures, weapons, and living war tools. Bright lights filled the hall. Giant screens showed prices rising fast. Rich buyers sat in high seats, wearing armor, jewels, and symbols of power. One after another, dangerous beasts were sold. A fire-breathing creature from the Valrex moons. Sold. A living battle drone that could destroy cities. Sold. The crowd was loud and excited. Then the lights dimmed. Heavy metal doors opened slowly. Guards pulled chains forward. Something large walked out. The room grew quiet. It was an alien war dog. Once, it was known across the galaxy as a perfect killing machine. Now it looked old. Its fur was thin and burned in places. One eye was white and blind. Metal plates replaced parts of its body. Deep scars covered its skin, each one a memory of war. Its breathing was slow and rough. A broken control collar hung loosely around its neck. The announcer cleared his throat. Lot number 77, he said. Class X Warhound. Served in 12 major wars. Survival rate, impossible. The screen behind showed battle footage. The war dog charging through fire, protecting alien soldiers, standing alone against tanks and bombs. Then the footage stopped. The announcer's voice became cold. Status, old. Damaged. Obedience system unstable. No longer fit for frontline service. A low laugh spread through the crowd. One alien shouted, "That thing should be melted for parts." Another said, "It will turn on its owner." The war dog lowered its head. It did not growl. It did not fight. It waited. The announcer started the bidding. Starting price low. No hands went up. Seconds passed. Nothing. The announcer frowned. He raised his voice. A living war legend. Still strong. Still dangerous. Still no bids. The war dog's ears twitched. It understood more than they knew. It had stood in rooms like this before. It knew what silence meant. Rejection. In its mind, old memories played. Commands. Explosions. Screams. Praise when it killed. Pain when it failed. It remembered the moment they stopped repairing it. It remembered being locked away. Now it was here, waiting to be shut down. The announcer sighed. Last call. That was when a small voice spoke. "I want it." The words were soft, but clear. The entire hall froze. All eyes turned. A human girl stood near the lower seats. She was small compared to everyone else. No armor. No weapons. No guards. Just a simple jacket and worn boots. Humans were rare here. Weak, poor, and ignored by most of the galaxy. The announcer blinked. "Who said that?" The girl raised her hand. "I did." Murmurs filled the hall. "A human. Is this a joke? Does she know what that thing is?" The announcer laughed nervously. "Young human, this is not a pet. This creature has killed thousands." The girl stepped forward. "So have your soldiers," she said. The guards moved, but she kept walking. The war dog lifted its head. Its good eye locked onto her. The crowd held its breath. Everyone expected the war dog to attack. It didn't. The girl stopped a few steps away. Her heart beat fast, but she did not run. She slowly reached out her hand. "Easy," she whispered. The war dog growled low. Its body tensed. The guards raised their weapons. The announcer shouted, "Stop her!" But it was too late. Her hand touched the war dog's head. Something strange happened. The growl stopped. The war dog's muscles relaxed. For the first time in years, no pain signal came from its collar. No command forced its mind. Just warmth. Just touch. The war dog slowly lowered itself to the floor. The hall exploded with noise. What is happening? That's impossible. The control system is broken. The announcer stammered. "Human, step back immediately." The girl shook her head. "He's scared," she said, "and tired." The war dog closed its eyes. It remembered battlefields filled with fire. It remembered being praised only for killing. No one had ever touched it like this. Not gently. Not without fear. The announcer swallowed hard. You want to buy it?" "Yes," the girl said. "I will take him." The announcer checked the system. No one else had bid. By law, the lowest bidder won. He slammed the gavel. "Sold." The word echoed across the hall. The galaxy had just watched something impossible. A human child had adopted a rejected alien war dog. As guards removed the chains, the war dog stood beside the girl. Not behind her, not ahead, beside her. As they walked away, whispers followed. That thing will kill her. She won't survive a day. This will end badly. But the war dog did not look back. For the first time since the wars ended, it felt something new. Not command, not fear, hope. And far away, deep in dark space, something ancient stirred. The war dog's story was not over. It was just beginning. Mara's ship was small and old. It shook softly as it left the Galactic auction hall. Most people did not even notice it go. To the galaxy, what happened that day was only a strange moment, soon forgotten. But for the war dog, everything had changed. The ship's cargo door closed. The chains were gone. The control collar still hung around its neck, but it no longer shocked him. It was broken, just like the galaxy had said. Mara sat on the cold floor across from him. She did not speak at first. The war dog watched her with its one good eye. Its body stayed tense. Years of training told it to wait for orders. Years of pain told it that kindness never lasted. Mara slowly opened a small food pack. She slid across the floor. The war dog did not move. "It's okay," she said quietly. "I won't take it back." The words made no sense to him, but the tone did. After a long moment, he leaned forward and ate. The food was simple. Not military rations. Not chemical fuel. Real food. His systems reacted in strange ways. Old sensors activated. Warnings flashed inside his mind, then faded. Mara smiled. "You're safe now," she said. The ship jumped into faster space. Days passed. Mara's colony was on the edge of human space. Small, poor, often ignored. When a ship landed, people stopped what they were doing. They stared. The war dog stepped onto the ground. His shadow covered the landing pad. Children froze. Adults moved back. "What is that?" someone whispered. Mara stood in front of him. "He's with me," she said. The war dog waited for fear, for weapons, for commands. None came. They gave him space. That night, the war dog lay outside Mara's shelter. He did not sleep. He listened. Every sound felt like danger. Every shadow looked like an enemy. Mara came out with a blanket. She placed it near him. "You don't have to guard all night," she said. He did not understand the words, but he understood the feeling. Over time, Mara spoke to him every day. She told him about her parents, lost in a mining accident. She told him how humans were often treated like tools by stronger races. "You and me," she said once. "We are both leftovers." The war dog remembered being called obsolete. Something deep inside him moved. Mara gave him a name. "Old war names don't matter," she said. "I'll call you Core." The name stayed. Slowly, Core changed. His broken systems began to respond to human presence. Old damage reports cleared. Locked memory banks opened. Human engineers came to see him. At first, they were afraid. Then they were curious. "This doesn't make sense," one engineer said. "His core should be dead." But it wasn't. Human touch, human voice, human emotion did something no command code ever had. Core started to protect the colony without orders. He stood near children. He walked with workers to dangerous areas. When alarms sounded, he moved first. The people began to trust him. Far away, the Galactic Council watched. They saw reports of strange energy readings. A war dog once labeled useless was now active again. "That unit belongs to us," a council member said. "Humans are not allowed military assets." An order was sent. "Return the war dog." A patrol ship arrived above the colony. Armed. Cold. Mara stood in front of Core. "They can't take you," she said. Core felt something new. Choice. When soldiers landed, Core did not attack. He did not run. He stood still. The officer spoke. "Step aside, human. That creature is property of the galactic military." Mara's hand shook. "He's not property." The officer raised his weapon. That was when the ground shook. A warning alarm echoed from space. Something massive moved in the dark beyond the system. An ancient enemy, long thought destroyed, was returning. The patrol ship's system screamed. Communications failed. The officer turned pale. Core lifted his head. Old battle instincts woke fully. This time, no command forced him. No collar controlled him. He stepped forward by his own will. The humans looked at him, not as a weapon, but as a protector. The stars above burned brighter. The galaxy was about to learn a truth it had forgotten. Some weapons do not awaken from commands. They awaken from care. And Kor, the rejected war dog, was ready to fight again. Not for war, but for the girl who chose him. The sky above the human colony turned dark. Not from night, from ships. Massive shadows moved across the stars as the ancient enemy arrived. Their vessels were old, sharp, and silent. They did not send warnings. They did not ask for surrender. They attacked. Energy blasts struck the outer defenses. Human shields failed in seconds. Small defense towers fell one by one. People ran. Mara stood frozen, looking up. Kor moved first. He stepped in front of her, his body glowing as systems long locked came fully online. Symbols flashed across his metal plates. Old weapons extended from his sides, sharper and stronger than before. Human engineers stared in shock. This is impossible, one whispered. Those systems were sealed forever. But they were not sealed. They were waiting. The ancient enemy landed ground forces. Tall machines walked through fire and smoke. Human weapons barely slowed them. Kor charged. The ground cracked under his weight. He moved faster than anyone expected. Each strike was precise. Not wild. Not angry. Focused. He fought not like a machine, but like a guardian. Human soldiers followed behind him, using his movements as cover. For the first time, the humans were not running. They were standing. Mara stayed close. Every time Kor looked back, he saw her. And he kept going. The enemy adjusted quickly. They targeted Kor. Heavy weapons locked onto him. Blasts tore into his armor. Old damage reopened. Pain signals screamed through his systems. Still, he did not stop. Not because of programming. Because of choice. A massive enemy commander appeared. Larger than the others. Stronger. It moved toward the colony's core reactor. If it reached it, everything would be lost. Kor knew what had to be done. He ran straight at it. The two collided in an explosion of light. Metal tore. Energy burned. The fight shook the land. Mara screamed his name. Kor pushed forward, step by step. His systems warned of total failure. Core damage. No return. He sent one final signal. Not to the military. To Mara. A simple data pulse. Gratitude. Then Kor drove the enemy commander into the reactor pit and released all remaining power. The explosion lit the sky. Silence followed. When the smoke cleared, the enemy ships retreated. The ancient threat was broken again. But Kor lay still. His body was torn. Power fading. Mara ran to him and dropped to her knees. No. Please, she whispered, placing her hands on his head. The humans gathered around. Soldiers. Children. Engineers. No one spoke. Inside Kor, systems failed one by one. Darkness closed in. Then something unexpected happened. Human hands touched his armor. Not to fix. Not to command. To comfort. Emotion signals flooded his core. Unmeasured. Uncontrolled. His systems reacted violently. A backup core, thought useless, activated. Power returned. Kor's eye flickered, then opened. The crowd gasped. Mara laughed through tears. You're still here, she said. Kor slowly rose. Damaged. Scarred. But alive. Days later, the Galactic Council arrived. This time, they came without weapons. They had seen the battle. Seen what humans and the war dog had done. They listened as human leaders spoke. This being chose to protect us, one said. Not because he was ordered. Because he was treated as one of us. The council was silent. Then new laws were written. No living being would be called obsolete again. No war creature would be owned like a tool. Choice would matter. Across the galaxy, abandoned machines and forgotten soldiers reacted. Systems woke. Old defenses reactivated. Not for empires. For people. Kor stayed with Mara. He no longer wore a control collar. Children climbed on his back. People rested near him. He guarded, not from duty, but from love. At night, Mara and Kor sat together, watching the stars. The galaxy had learned something dangerous and beautiful. Humans were not the strongest. They were not the fastest. They were not the most advanced. But they had something no other race truly understood. They could awaken loyalty, not through fear, but through care. And because of that, the galaxy would never be the same again.